What Nando's is really serving behind the flame-grilled promise will make you think twice before ordering these menu items ever again. Products marketed as flame-grilled freshness with a Portuguese soul. Items wrapped in the promise of quality, authenticity, and the famous peri-peri magic. For years, Nando's has positioned itself as the fresh alternative to fast food, the healthier choice, the restaurant where families could feel good about what they were eating because everything was supposedly grilled over real flames, marinated in traditional spices, and made with care. They built an empire on that image. A brand so trusted that millions of people across the UK walk through those doors every week without a second thought. But peel back the branding, look past the Portuguese tiles and the cheerful atmosphere, and the reality is far less wholesome. Behind the flame-grilled promise sits a menu engineered with the same industrial shortcuts, cheap seed oils, and ultra-processed formulas that plague the rest of the food industry. This isn't the fresh, authentic experience Nando's wants you to believe in. And the 7 items we're about to walk through prove exactly how deep that deception runs. Number 1. The peri-peri chicken breast. The signature dish that built Nando's entire identity. Marketed as flame-grilled perfection, marinated in authentic Portuguese spices, and served as the healthy choice for anyone trying to avoid fried food. Millions of people order this every single week, believing they're making the responsible decision. The lean protein. The clean option. The meal you can feel good about. But flip over the allergen information, or check the marinade ingredients online, and the story changes fast. The peri-peri marinade that coats every piece of chicken isn't the traditional blend of African bird's eye chilies, lemon, and garlic you've been led to believe. It's built on a foundation of sunflower oil and rapeseed oil, seed oils, the same industrial fats that dominate every other ultra-processed product in your supermarket trolley. And these aren't trace ingredients added for texture or preservation. They're the base, the very first components listed on the ingredient panel. Real Portuguese peri-peri, the kind made in homes and traditional restaurants, doesn't need seed oils. Chilies, garlic, lemon juice, vinegar, a touch of olive oil if anything. That's it. Simple, direct, honest. But Nando's took that centuries-old recipe and industrialized it. Because seed oils are cheap. Because they extend shelf life. Because they allow the marinade to be mass-produced in factories, shipped across the country, and stored in bulk without spoiling. Not because it makes the chicken taste better, not because it's healthier, but because it's profitable. And here's the part they don't mention in the marketing. That chicken breast you're eating has been sitting in that oil-heavy marinade for hours, sometimes days, before it even reaches your plate. Every fibre of the meat is soaked in those seed oils. You're not just getting a drizzle on top. You're eating chicken that's been saturated in industrial fats your body was never designed to process in these quantities. This is the Nando's deception in one dish. They kept the Portuguese branding, the flame-grilled theatre, the peri-peri name. But the actual product, it's as far from traditional as you can get. Number 2. The peri-peri chips. The side dish. Millions of people order without a second thought. Positioned as the perfect accompaniment to your meal. Crispy, golden, dusted in that signature peri-peri seasoning everyone loves. They're just chips, after all. How bad could they be? But these aren't the simple fried potatoes you're imagining. These aren't even close to what chips should be. Take one look at the preparation method and the nutritional breakdown, and you'll see exactly what Nando's doesn't want you thinking about. These chips are cooked in a blend of vegetable oils. And when a restaurant uses the term vegetable oils without specifying, that almost always means the cheapest options available. Rapeseed oil, sunflower oil, palm oil, the same industrial seed oils that show up in every ultra-processed product on supermarket shelves. Real chips, proper British chips, are potatoes fried in beef dripping or a stable fat that can handle high heat without breaking down into toxic compounds. That's how chips were made for generations. Simple, direct, and the body knew how to handle them. But Nando's chips are fried in seed oils that oxidize under high heat, creating compounds your liver has to work overtime to process. And then, just to make sure you keep coming back, they dust them with that peri-peri seasoning, which, as we've already established, is built on more seed oils, along with flavor enhancers, anti-caking agents, and a cocktail of additives designed to make those chips as addictive as possible. Check the sodium content per serving, and you'll find these chips pack more salt than you're supposed to consume in an entire meal. Add that to the calorie load, the oxidized fats, and the inflammatory seed oils, and what you're left with isn't a side dish. It's a metabolic burden disguised as comfort food. And here's what makes this particularly insidious. Chips feel harmless, familiar. Everyone eats chips. But Nando's has taken one of the simplest foods in British cuisine and turned it into another delivery system for the exact ingredients your body struggles to process. This isn't food made for nourishment, it's food engineered for repeat business. Number 3. The peri-peri sauce itself. The bottled product that built the entire Nando's identity. This is the one item that anchors everything. The sauce that appears on every table, in every meal, on every marketing campaign. The product Nando's has convinced the British public represents authentic Portuguese tradition, African heat, and centuries of culinary heritage. But flip the bottle around and read the ingredient list. The first ingredient isn't chilies, it's not lemon, it's not garlic, it's sunflower oil. In some varieties, it's rapeseed oil. Either way, the base of this supposedly traditional sauce is industrial seed oil. The very foundation of the product is built on the cheapest, most shelf-stable fat the food industry can source. Traditional peri-peri sauce, the kind made in Portuguese and Mozambican kitchens for generations, doesn't need seed oil. The recipe is simple. African bird's eye chilies, fresh lemon juice, garlic, vinegar, salt, and sometimes a small amount of olive oil to bring it together. That's it. 5 or 6 ingredients, all recognizable, all real, but Nando's couldn't mass produce that recipe, couldn't store it in warehouses for months, couldn't ship it across the country without refrigeration. So they did what every other industrial food company does. They replaced the real ingredients with substitutes that prioritize profit and shelf life over authenticity and health. Look further down the ingredient list and you'll find thickeners, stabilizers, natural flavors. That last term, natural flavors, is one of the food industry's favorite tricks. It sounds wholesome. It sounds like something your grandmother might use. But it's a catch-all term that can legally hide dozens of different compounds, many of them synthesized in laboratories, all engineered to make the product taste better than it should. And here's what makes this particularly frustrating. Nando's has spent decades wrapping this sauce in the language of heritage. They've told us stories about Portuguese explorers discovering African chilies, about tradition passed down through generations, about authenticity you can taste. But the product they're selling has almost nothing to do with that story. They've taken a traditional recipe and industrialized it, stripped it down, rebuilt it with cheap oils and chemical enhancers, then sold it back to us under the same name, hoping we wouldn't notice the difference. This is the Nando's playbook in one bottle. Keep the branding, keep the story, but change the product into something that can be made cheaper, stored longer, and sold at higher margins. Number 4, the chocolate cake. The dessert that should be a simple guilty pleasure. Everyone knows dessert isn't health food. No one orders chocolate cake expecting it to be virtuous. But there's a difference between sugar, butter, eggs, and cocoa, and what Nando's is actually serving. Check the ingredient list, and you'll find the usual industrial lineup. Palm oil, emulsifiers like E471 and E472E, modified starches, glucose syrup, stabilizers to maintain texture, preservatives to extend shelf life, far beyond what any homemade cake would survive. Real chocolate cake, the kind made in a kitchen with actual ingredients, goes stale within days, sometimes within hours if left uncovered. Because it's alive, because it's real food, because it doesn't contain the chemical arsenal required to keep it soft, moist, and shelf-stable for weeks at a time. But Nando's chocolate cake isn't made in a kitchen. It's manufactured in an industrial facility, wrapped, frozen or chilled, then distributed to restaurants where it's simply plated and served. The entire process is designed for convenience and cost efficiency, not flavor, not quality, certainly not your health. And here's the problem. We already know desserts are indulgent. We accept the sugar, we accept the calories, but what we don't expect is for something as straightforward as chocolate cake to be packed with palm oil and emulsifiers that serve no purpose other than extending corporate profit margins. Why does chocolate cake need E471? Why does it need modified starch? Why does it need to survive in a plastic wrapper for a month without spoiling? Because Nando's, like every other chain, prioritizes logistics over food. They need products that can be stored, shipped, and served with minimal effort and maximum consistency. And the way you achieve that is by replacing real ingredients with industrial substitutes. Even dessert has become a delivery system for cheap fats and unnecessary additives. There's no escape, no safe corner of the menu. Every choice, from the main course to the sweet finish, has been engineered with the same shortcuts. This is the accumulation. The pattern you can no longer ignore. Number 5. The bottomless soft drinks. The unlimited offer that sounds like a deal, but comes with a hidden cost. Nando's promotes this as family-friendly value. Unlimited refills. Keep the kids happy. A fun addition to your meal. And millions of parents take them up on it, believing they're getting something for nothing. But look at what's actually in those drinks, and the real cost becomes clear. A single serving of Coca-Cola contains 39 grams of sugar. That's nearly 10 teaspoons. And when the drink is bottomless, most people don't stop at 1. They have 2, sometimes 3, especially children, who are conditioned to keep drinking as long as the option is available. 3 refills of Coke means you've just consumed roughly 117 grams of sugar in one sitting. That's more than double the NHS recommended maximum daily intake for an adult, and nearly 4 times the limit for a child, all in the span of a single meal. Your body wasn't designed to handle that kind of sugar load. When you consume that much glucose in such a short window, your blood sugar spikes violently. Your pancreas has to flood your system with insulin to bring it back down. And when that insulin surge hits, your energy crashes, leaving you tired, irritable, and craving more sugar to stabilize. This isn't just unhealthy. It's a cycle, one that keeps you reaching for the next refill, the next sugar hit, without ever feeling truly satisfied. And if you switch to the diet versions thinking you found a loophole, the situation isn't any better. Diet soft drinks are loaded with artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose. These compounds may have 0 calories, but they come with their own set of problems. Research has linked artificial sweeteners to disrupted gut bacteria, increased cravings for sweet foods, and potential metabolic issues that can actually lead to weight gain over time. Nando's knows exactly what they're doing. Bottomless drinks aren't about generosity. They're about keeping you in your seat longer, encouraging you to order more food, and creating a dependency on that sugar rush that makes you associate their restaurant with comfort and satisfaction. If you have kids, this is what they're drinking. Repeatedly. While their bodies are still developing. While their relationship with food and sugar is still being formed. And it gets worse. Number 6. The flame-grilled chicken thighs. The product that proves the entire flame-grilled promise is marketing, not reality. This is the one that made us question everything. For years, Nando's has built its entire reputation on one central claim. Flame-grilled. Not fried, not microwaved, not reheated in some industrial oven. Flame-grilled fresh in every restaurant, over real flames, just for you. It's the foundation of the brand. The reason people choose Nando's over every other chicken chain. The promise that separates them from fast food. The story that justifies the price, the wait, and the loyalty. But look closer at how these chicken thighs are actually prepared, and that story falls apart. The chicken arrives at Nando's restaurants pre-marinated. It's been sitting in those seed oil-heavy marinades for hours, sometimes days, in central distribution facilities, before it even reaches the kitchen. The meat is already saturated, already soaked, already transformed from fresh poultry into something that tastes more like the marinade than the chicken itself. And then comes the cooking process. In many locations, these chicken pieces never see real flame contact. They're placed on flat-top grills, conveyor systems, or finished in combination ovens. The grill marks, you see, the ones that look so convincing in the photos and on your plate, are often applied before the chicken is even fully cooked. Cosmetic charring, visual theatre designed to maintain the illusion that this chicken has spent quality time over an open flame. Former employees and food industry reports have confirmed what many suspected. The flame-grilled claim is more brand positioning than kitchen reality. Some locations do use grills with flame elements, but even then, the contact time is minimal. The chicken is pre-cooked or par-cooked elsewhere, then quickly finished to create those signature marks. This is the Nando's illusion in one dish. The grill marks are real. The branding is real. But the process that created them? That's been engineered for speed, consistency, and cost efficiency, not authenticity. And the worst part, most people never question it, because the marks are there, because the menu says flame grilled, because the entire restaurant is designed to make you believe you're getting something special, something different, something worth the premium you're paying. But you're not. You're getting pre-marinated, industrially processed chicken with cosmetic grill marks, served under a promise that was abandoned years ago. Bonus number 7. The garlic bread. The one item almost everyone orders without thinking twice. It feels like the safest thing on the menu. Bread, garlic, butter. How wrong can it go? But the bread is refined white flour padded with preservatives, and the garlic butter is usually a blend of margarine, palm oil, rapeseed oil, and garlic flavouring. Emulsifiers keep it soft. Salt is pushed far beyond what any home recipe would use. This isn't a loaf sliced in the kitchen. It's a frozen, factory-made product, reheated and dressed up as fresh. Real garlic bread is simple. Real bread, real butter, fresh garlic. 4 or 5 ingredients you recognise instantly. What you get here is an ultra-processed imitation designed to survive transport, storage, and reheating, not to nourish you. And that's the pattern. From chicken to chips, sauces to desserts, drinks to garlic bread, the formula is always the same. Cheap seed oils, additives, preservatives, and long shelf life wrapped in comforting branding and stories about authenticity. This isn't a mistake, it's the business model. So what do? You don't need to boycott Nando's, but you do need to be smarter. If you still eat there, make better choices. Plain chicken, marinade on the side. Water instead of soft drinks. Skip the sauces and sides entirely. But honestly, the better option is simple. Cook at home, make your own peri-peri marinade in 5 minutes. Chilies, lemon, garlic, vinegar, olive oil. Grill it yourself. It tastes better, costs less, and won't burden your body with seed oils and additives. More importantly, it's a skill you can pass down. Teach your children to recognize real food. Give them the ability to feed themselves without relying on chains that hide industrial shortcuts behind heritage branding. The moment we stop accepting these imitations and demand real ingredients, that's the moment the industry is forced to change. Stay aware, stay sharp, and protect your plate.